Undefeated is intended for audiences age 18 or older. This visual novel contains scenes that include intense graphic violence, flashing lights, substance abuse, and strong language. Reader, or viewer, or listener, discretion is advised. So, we had our first day, well, Xander had his first day back going to the training gym and essentially got embarrassed. And he's taking it pretty hard. But it got worse. It got worse when they made the announcements as to who's fighting who, and it's Xander versus Bruce again. Alright, hey, to recap, let's go. A few weeks passed by, relatively uneventful, aside from the dread of the next fight looming over me. Drayden tried getting in touch with me to weasel more information, but I can't really talk to him. He has nothing to do with the fights. He doesn't need to be involved. Theodore pretty much vanished. Seems no one really sees him outside of matchmaking day. Not that he would have been any help either. He bolted when I tried talking to him about it then. I don't think that would change now. I roll on to one side. My mattress feels a lot less comfortable these days. The sheets are draped over my top half. I get really uncomfortable when my feet are too hot, which happens pretty frequently in this room. They shut off the air conditioning at night sometimes. I can't really tell why or how often, but I'll sometimes wake up in a pool of sweat. Redline seems to have it figured out, though, with his box fan blowing colder, stale air onto his body. He says the sound of the fan helps him sleep. It's not too intrusive, and it keeps the air moving, so I can't really complain. God, his position looks uncomfortable. His limbs are all contorted in wild positions. To each their own, I guess. I click my phone to life. Breakfast doesn't start for another half hour. I sigh. Might as well get out of bed. Waking up early has never been hard for me. Deer are light sleepers by nature, so everyone in my family would always wake up around sunrise. It helped for training, too, once I started getting serious about it. After I moved out, though, waking up wasn't just natural, it was necessary. Those store shelves didn't stock themselves, especially for how early my work opened. Even if it meant unloading hundreds of pounds of shit off a truck at hours unseen by God. Well, all that's behind me now. Maybe not the early mornings, but that's fine. I like waking up before everyone else. I get to have my alone time, and the silence treats me well. Well, silence, ignoring Redline's fan. I slip a tank top on with my phone slid down my lounge pants pocket. I step out of the bedroom. It's hard to believe I've almost been here for a month already. 1 month since that elevator ride. 1 month since leaving it all behind. 1 month since Bruce. And now I get to do it again in a few days. My stomach hurts again. Maybe I should go somewhere to relax before breakfast opens up. It's been a while since I hit the immersion chamber. Maybe the beach will calm me down. The hall is as quiet as ever. I haven't been back here since Redline was showing me around. I pull at the door. Locked. Redline must have used a passcode on that panel next to the door. Need a hand? Bucky's voice echoes from down the hall behind me. I was hoping to get some alone time, but if I had to be interrupted, I'm glad it's him. The door's stuck. Bucky nods, tapping something on the keypad. Yep. This place is pretty high tech. They don't want random people coming in without a password. Give her a go. Sure enough, the door opens. It's still nighttime in here, but it'll probably be sunrise soon. The ocean is still, no waves crashing against the shore. The silence is almost eerie. You're up early. Yeah, I couldn't sleep. I hear ya. Bucky leans on the railing overlooking the ocean. Nervous? About the fight? He stays quiet like he's waiting for an answer. I move up next to him. How am I not supposed to be? He huffs out a short laugh. I still don't know how you got involved in that contract. It's got something to do with their system or whatever. I need to talk to the commissioner to get it fixed. What? You don't think you can take Bruce? I don't really know how to answer that without sounding like an ass. How's that even a question? Not really. Could you? Oh, yeah. You didn't even take time to think about that. Really? Really? He'd be lucky to have any pieces left to put himself back together again. He's bigger than you. He's undefeated in his weight class. And what does that matter? Do you think I'm going to get anywhere worrying about all of that? He turns his head to face me. I don't give a shit that he's huge. That just means he's slower than me. I know how to handle myself. Leave that to instinct and let the rest of my focus go on tearing him to pieces. His finger jabs at his forehead. The absolute worst thing you can do. The absolute worst thing you can do. The absolute worst. Is to let him get in your head. The finger moves the point between my eyebrows. You're not gonna let them get in your head. You know exactly who you are, and you know exactly what you're going to do. And nothing can change that. And if the last few weeks of training have been any indication, you're probably going to leave him smeared across the cement. Alright? The finger on my head shifts to a place, his hand flat across my scalp. Staring up into his confident eyes, that genuine warm smile. It's hard to say no to that. He shakes my head gently. Alright? I chuckle and swipe at his hand. It drops to the railing. Alright. You're probably right. Not probably. I am right. Full confidence, Xander. Whenever you doubt yourself, you gotta make yourself be confident. Even if it ain't real. Fake it till you make it. That sort of thing. Easier said than done. And you keep that confidence until it becomes real. You understand? Oh, God. I don't. He continues. If you doubt yourself, you lose focus. You lose focus, you take a hit, it all snowballs until you end up eating pavement. But if you stay on track of positive thinking, it's going to do wonders for your mental attitude. You start finding solutions you didn't see before. Won't automatically make you win, as you know, but it'll help you get closer. So I'll ask you now. You're fighting Bruce. Are you going to win? It takes a bit to respond. My stomach is still in knots. Yeah. Took a bit, but we got there. I'll ask again right before the fight. That got a bit of a chuckle out of me. And what happens if I lose? What did I just say? No, I know, but what if a miracle happens and he gets lucky and I lose? Then you lose. Then you get back up. And you try again next time. and you keep going until you break his dumb snout in. Or die trying. Oh, sorry. Or die trying. He goes quiet at that. Not like he's mad or confused, like he doesn't know how to respond. Well, it won't come to that. Bruce is a brute, but he's not a killer. We're quiet for a moment. I break the silence. You genuinely think I could beat Bruce? Oh, absolutely. Not even with fake confidence. I'd drop his ass in a second. I eye his belly pressed firmly against the wall of the railing. Redline did say it had been a while since people had seen him fight. I wouldn't get out without a few scrapes, of course. But he's lucky he ain't fight me when I was around. I'm surprised you can take a punch from him. I feel like one punch would send me to the ground with a broken jaw. Bucky's eyes peers down at me, almost suspicious of my lack of confidence. That's why I'm not gonna let him hit me, obviously. Oh boy. There we go. And you're not wrong. Bruce is a bit of a powerhouse, huh? Yeah, I'm not normally scared of getting hit from people in my weight class. That's not really an option for me right now. Really? Not even Red? Red, back in our first class, when you went through initiation, Pup dropped you like a sack of potatoes. I haven't really thought about that. I don't think I actually apologized to Redline either. Lucky could probably see my mood drop. Did you want to talk about that? He's a strong bugger for sure. Probably just weren't expecting it, that's all. He tussles my hair, but his fingers get caught in my antler stubs. I flinch instinctively. Yeesh! These things grow fast, eh? Yeah. He doesn't have to tell me twice. Gonna need a haircut before your fight. And, bone cut? Trim. I've been dreading it for a while, but it has to be done. My fight is in a few days. I'll probably get it before breakfast. Good thinking. We've got grappling today. Can't have you jabbing out the eyes of my boys. We're quiet for a little while, just listening to the water sway gently. So, what brought you out here? He gives a contented sigh. I usually come out here for a run whenever I can't sleep. Something about the water just helps keep my mind at ease, you know? He pauses. Plus, running on sand gives you a better workout. Does it? I guess it does, considering that you need a lot more force after you make the first couple of steps. Get out of that sinkhole that you made with your feet. Working on the treadmill is great and all, but it's good to get a change of scene, right? Keeps you sane. You could go crazy down here if you're not careful. A trim? It's been a while, but I'm sure I can handle it. We've got to put you under some anesthesia. Did you eat breakfast? I sigh. Nope. Good. My stomach growls as he goes on to explain how the trim works. I'm sure it's all just standard procedure shit. I had to get my antlers trimmed every once in a while growing up, and even more often now that I'm fighting. It's not too big of a deal during the winter, but I need one at least once a month for most of the year. I could just let them grow out, but then I have to give up fighting. I don't know what I'd do with myself without that. Besides, I couldn't put on most of my shirts if I had antlers growing out every which way. I guess, but there's button-up shirts. But I guess you wouldn't want to wear that, huh? Considering that most button-up shirts do not have graphics on them. I don't look good in a button-up. As if he was speaking to me. The doctor's been rambling for a bit. I know the drill. Anesthesia injected into the scalp, bone saw cuts as close as the doctor can get it to the skin. Some of the fancier places have topside machines that do that a lot more efficiently, but those are expensive. The anesthesia alone costs more than most fur cuts. Thankfully, the league pays for it down here. Though I guess that's why you don't see deer in the league often. I agree to whatever the doctor is saying, and he lays me back into the chair. A few seconds later, I feel the prick of the needle in my head. I close my eyes as the numbing feeling spreads over my head and face. Some time has passed. This feels fucking amazing. I don't know where they got this stuff, but it's so much better than where I usually get my trims. I groggily pull my eyes open, but the light of the room is too damn bright. Probably doesn't hurt to close them for a bit more. I barely got any sleep last night. I deserve to get some rest. And I've been training hard too, so I definitely deserve it. Even Bucky said so, I think. Maybe. I don't remember what he said, actually. Was this morning a dream, too? He did say we were grappling today, but I don't know if that was part of the dream or just me remembering. The schedule he gave us yesterday. Shit. Wait, we have practice today. Shit, I need to get up, like, now. My eyes open up and I sit up. It feels like my head weighs 100 pounds underwater. Hey, Doc? No one responds. He must have just left me here to nap. I gotta go. I gotta train. I think he's in a dream sequence again. Blinking feels heavenly, like an extra bit of sleep in between this weird headache pulsing through my skull. I stand up off the bed, staggering toward the door. It's a miracle I'm even able to make it there. Everything is so damn cloudy. I make it to the hallway. There's not another person in sight. Maybe they're all tending to other patients. Whatever, I have to get to class. I stumble into the main hall and look around. It's eerily quiet. My legs are shaky, without the walls to hold on to, so I try to get to one. Ow! It's nice being on the floor, though. I could just close my eyes. The fuck is wrong with you? Someone walks up beside me. I can't see him. It's kind of muffled, but I think I understood what he said. It's nice. You should try it. The floor, I mean. Wait. Shit. I need to get up. I need to go to practice. No, you're not. Come on. Whoever he is, he's got a nice voice, and he's really strong. Strong enough to pick me up like he is now. I could just fall asleep draped over his shoulder. He carries me to the elevator. Somewhere. It's nice and dark in here. Do you think Bucky will be mad if I miss class? The fuck should I know? It seemed like a good question. I don't want him mad at me. He gets mad when people call him Buck, but Redline does it anyway. I get mad when people call me Alex, so I get it. But Redline doesn't call me Alex. He pauses. Okay. Swear to Christ. The elevator stops. I don't remember don't remember it starting, but it stopped. And now the big guy's carrying me down a hall. Which one is yours? My room? It's on the second floor. I know. Which one is it? It's at the end. Okay. It's not just mine, though. I share it with Redline. Okay. It's really nice to me, even though I'm mean to him sometimes. Okay. I don't think he should be nice to me. Okay? Because then I wouldn't feel so bad. Jesus, I gotta get some of what they gave you. You sound seriously fucked up right now. I laugh, probably a bit too loud. It hurts my head. It's Anastasia. Numbing for my antlers. I prod at them. I can feel my finger poke against them, but they don't hurt to touch like they usually do after a trim. So I can get them cut, but it's different this time. All right, we're here, I think. I've been nearing unconscious for so long that my body nearly crumbles when he sets me down. I fumble with the thumb pad for a lock for a second and finally get inside. Didn't I have practice to go to? I think I need to go to class. No, you're going to sleep. You can't even walk. Okay, that's a good idea. I stagger into the room and trip, falling flat onto the bed. My legs curl up and I drag a blanket over my body. Good night. He pauses for a minute. Yeah. The door closes and so do my eyes. Even though the sun is shining brightly through the window, I somehow manage to pass out. I wake up to the sound of buttons clicking. I don't know how long I've been out. I don't even remember falling asleep. And definitely not in my own bed. Oh, shit! Sorry, did I wake you up? He whispers loudly enough for me to hear. I sit up in the bed. No, it's fine. You look comfortably in my bed, so I didn't want to wake you. Your bed. I blink a few times and shake myself awake. I'm definitely in Redline's bed. Mine is on the opposite side of the room, covers neatly pulled over the mattress. Sorry. He taps a few more buttons on his controller, his laptop propped open with some video game displayed. It's fine, dude. You looked out of it. And judging by how much you talk in your sleep, it sounds like you needed the rest. I glare at him from behind. I talk in my sleep? Oh yeah, sometimes. Usually a bunch of nonsense, but it still means you're restless, right? I guess. I fish my phone out of my pocket. My head's still dizzy from the meds. There's a text from the doctor and a few from Bucky. Doctor first. He applied some special gel to my antlers to keep them from growing back as fast. Says something about the anesthesia being extra intense when used with the gel. Jeez! I guess someone told him I was back in my room, safe and sound. Redline, maybe? No, Redline was at practice, but I remember talking to more about him. The details are kind of fuzzy. My head hurts. I text back thanking the doctor, then swiped back to Bucky, expecting the worst. There's a text asking where I am. Then another hoping I'm alright, that he missed me in practice. I mean, it's nice as hell, even if I don't deserve it. I wasn't supposed to miss class, but I did. I feel kind of shitty about it. I'll have to apologize when I see him tomorrow. I'd go down now, but it's already late afternoon. I don't know where he'd be when classes are over. Redline huffs, shaking his controller a bit at the game. You alright there? Oh, yeah, no. I just dropped the combo. I'm still rusty still. I'm a bit rusty still. Sitting up, I get a better look at his screen. Some kind of fighting game is rapidly playing out. There's some anime fox using her tails to rapidly stab her opponent. Some fat alligator man. It looks pretty old. I stand up, stretch my torso while Redline's screen flashes. Judging by the look on his face, I guess he won. He looks up at me. Want to play? I've got a second controller. I'm gonna go for a walk, actually. Oh, okay. God dang, it goes a bit too fast. Okay, I can come with you if you... I'd rather go alone. My phone buzzes with another text message. Please come to room 108 immediately. Well, that's ominous. What's up? Apparently someone needs me down in room 108. What? Who? Unlisted number. Oh, dude, weigh in. Weigh in. He doesn't look away from the screen. Yeah, man, it's like tradition, Well, yeah, but I didn't think I'd have to do it with my whole situation. Yeah, it is kind of weird, but I think it's required, even for freak cases like this. Guess I have no choice. It's those office rooms by the med bay, right? Yep, I can walk you down if you want. I'm good. A quick sniff of my shirt and shoes to see if they reek from the nap, and I head out the door while Redline is still distracted by his game. This seems to be the place. There's a few people inside, so I go in. Oh, hell. It's dark in here. The camera crew off to one side with a few people wandering around setting something up. Against the wall is a little stage, a few steps high, with all lights and cameras pointed on it. Bruce is up there, dressed up in his fight gear, tapping through his phone. Someone says something to him and he grunts something back. Theodore, who I guess has been here the whole time, hops up to me with a little bag under his arm. Ah, good to see you. Alex, are you well after your nap today? What's all this? I'm not going to ask how he knows about my nap. Word probably travels quick down here. Theodore holds out the bag. Your gear is in here. Please change and get up on the scale. My pair of shorts and gloves are in here. I look back up at him and then to the camera setup. And all this? It's, for promotional material. Advertisements and all that. I furrow my brow. I thought I already took a bunch for ads way back when, before I even came down here. Yes, but the, championship fights, they're special. I sigh. All right. Is there any changing booth? Hey, is that the kid? My ears twitch. I turn to face the guy behind the camera. Get changed and get up there. We got more shit to get to. You want me to change here in front of everyone? You think we haven't seen a dude in his shorts before? Get a move on. It wouldn't be as bad if I was wearing my briefs, but I put my jock on earlier in preparation for class. Nobody else seems to be watching except Theodore, who looks really uncomfortable. That's not anything new, though. I can feel my face get hot as I slide my shirt off and shimmy my pants down quickly. I scramble to put my shorts on. When I look up, no one's even noticed. Okay, good. Theodore guides me up to the stage, which has two giant metal plates on the floor side by side. I guess these are the scales? Bruce is standing on one, idly staring at his phone. He turns his attention to me as I climb up the steps. It flashes a smile. Didn't think you'd actually show up, Runt. We kind of thought you pussied out, right, guys? He lets out a laugh, and a few other folks' camera crew laughs along. I remain silent. Some people walk up to the front of the stage and fiddle a bit with the screen on the front. A display turns to the back of the room, showing us what the cameras are recording. What? Got nothing to say? Nothing I say is going to make you stop talking. A man behind the video camera pokes his head up. Bruce chuffs. I'm sure I can make you stop talking real quick, kid. You must think you're cute challenging me again. What? Challenging you? They assigned me to... Yeah. Keep running your mouth. It's acting. Come on. Oh, man. Although I guess he's a bit too pissed to catch on. Just don't say anything stupid. He lowers his voice, growling the last few words. Jeez! The size difference. And again, he looks like a wolf. He looks like a wolf instead of a deer. But I guess that's what happens when your antlers are cut, huh? Alright, guys, hold still. Bruce is standing with one hand on his hip, the other arm pumping a bicep, chest proudly puffed out for the cameras. I just sort of stand there, seething. A few seconds pass by, and the screens in front of our scales display a green check mark. Bruce flashes a grin and poses, flexing both biceps up by his hand. At that moment, a bunch of digital cameras start clicking, capturing photos across the room. I mean, why not? Although, God, that's more smug than his normal look. Jeez. The guy behind the video camera clears his throat. He lifts his head over the camera and glares at me. I guess he wants me to pose, too. I copy Bruce's pose. This is your first time, kid? You never posed for the cameras before? No. Don't worry about it too much. I'll make sure there'll be nothing left to pose with after this Saturday. All right, and turn to face off. The dino turns to face me. I'm getting flashbacks to a month ago when we first met. His smile is a lot bigger this time round. He stands there for a minute while cameras click and take photos, simply glaring me down. Then he steps forward, bumping me with his chest. I try to stand my ground, but he takes another step and I'm forced to move backward. Kid! He towers over me, nearly blocking the light behind him. You're fucking dead, little man. Something inside me boils over, and I shove my hands against his body. A gasp circles around the room, and I see Bruce's expression go from happy to wildly jovial. Even I know putting hands on someone before the fight is a big no-no. I hop back, planting my foot awkwardly on one of the steps leading down from the stage. That seems to have been a good idea, as Bruce was reaching out to grab me as I moved. My foot is uneasy, though, and in a split second, I slip, falling back off my ass with a heavy thud. Whatever Bruce had to say about my shove had been completely washed over by how loud he and the crew were laughing at me. Any rage I had quickly simmered back down to pure embarrassment. Holy shit, kid. You sure you don't want someone in your own weight class? He starts flexing again, pacing the stage as the cameras track him. Alex, are you... Theodore is hopping back to my side, trying to pull me up to my feet. He doesn't offer much resistance, but I can manage to get back up. Are we done here? Can I go back to my room? The rabbit looks around. Seems the crew is packing up and putting things away. Some making idle chat with Bruce. Yes, you can head back. Cool. He sounded like he had more to say, but I didn't want to wait around to hear it. I grabbed the bag that has my clothes, now neatly folded inside, and stumped back to my room. I marched back inside, dropping face down onto my bed. Redline is still playing his game. He doesn't look away as I walk past. So, how'd it go? Sucked. I'm sorry to hear. You want me to go with you next time? I don't know, would that help? No. I lay silent, rolling over my face to the ceiling, listening to the sounds of Redline's video game. After a while, he closes the laptop. I'm gonna go grab dinner with the guys. You should come with. It'll be fun. Might hit up the pool later. Maybe a swing by the beach for some drinks. I'll pass. There's a bit of a pause. Are you sure? It might help you get your mind off things. Nah, go ahead. Well, if you say so. I'll save a seat for you, okay? I hear him shuffle around a bit before leaving. This all just feels like a bad dream, but if my sore ass is any proof, I'm wide awake. The fight's in 3 days. What am I supposed to do if I can't even move him? Bucky's voice rings in my head. Full confidence, Xander. Whenever you doubt yourself, you gotta make yourself be confident. Even if it ain't real, Fake it till you make it. That sort of thing. And you keep that confidence until it becomes real. You understand? If you doubt yourself, you lose focus. You lose focus, you take a hit, and all snowballs until you end up eating pavement. So I'll ask you now. You're fighting Bruce. Are you going to win? I breathe in for a heavy sigh. My chest quakes like I'm about to cry. I feel like I should cry, actually. My body doesn't seem to make it want to come, though. I have no choice but to get back up and fight. I have no choice. You all set? Should I keep going? Yeah, I'll keep going. You all set? As I'll ever be. It's fight night. Can't say I'm exactly confident in what's about to happen, but there's no turning back now. In the hallway toward the immersion chamber, there's a few doors off to either side that branch off. Inside each sizable room with a few screens, loads of seating, and a staircase leading down. The staircase is reserved for fighters and some VIPs. Pretty much anyone the fighter allows to follow them down to prepare for the fight. Take the staircase down a few hallways leading to the elevator, and that takes you down to the main arena. Can be a bit of a maze, but it helps isolate the fighters. Everyone stays behind to watch the fight on the TVs. The doors to the staircase stay locked until the fight is over. There's actually an alternate entrance through the med bay, but they'd rather that be freed up for the fighters that need it. Bucky and I went down early to avoid the rush, hopefully to help calm my nerves. It's not really helping, but I guess it's better than getting heckled by the rest of the guys. His hands are massaging my shoulders as we stand in front of the elevator waiting for the attendant to take me down. You're gonna do great. He's practically whispering in my ear. I think he can tell how nervous I am. At least my shaking arms aren't giving it away. You know the plan? Yes. We spent the last few days figuring out an effective strategy for handling Bruce. It worked in practice, at least on the guys available to us in my class, but still. There's no telling if it'll work on him. Hey! His hand covers mine, gripping it tight. He kneels down, staring into my eyes. You're shaking. Listen to me, Xander. Even if it doesn't work out, we'll find a way. He's speaking softly, tenderly, the low timbre resonating through my arm into my chest. And if it gets too dangerous out there, tap out. I take a shaky breath. It's hard to look him in the eye. We can't train you up to beat this if you let yourself get broken too badly, okay? Obviously, you won't get beat, right? He claps my shoulder and smiles warmly. Bruce plays by the rules, but sometimes he can get a little careless. If it gets too scary, if you feel like you're in serious danger, tap out. We'll regroup and find another way, all right? I never liked tapping out. Not that I needed to often, but even still, it's always just felt like quitting. With no referee down here to facilitate the fight, it's up to the fighters to determine when the fight is done. Bruce certainly isn't going to stop until I'm incapacitated, so I'm the only judge of how much I can take. But how much is enough? If I'm still conscious, doesn't that mean I should keep fighting? What happens if he breaks a bone? Will I still be awake? Will that even stop Bruce? Bucky's warm expression changed to be more concerned. All right, you kind of stared off into space, Xander. I shake myself back into it and nod. Understood. I'll do my best. That's all anyone can ask of you. Bucky hugs me. He's warm, and his body is soft. We stay like this for a moment. I don't feel as shaky anymore. The elevator dings, and the doors start to open. Bucky stands back up and steps behind me. You're gonna do great. I step onto the elevator next to the attendant. Knock him dead, Xander. Well, not actually. The door is shut while he stammers to correct himself. It's clear now that my confidence wasn't fake enough to convince Bucky that I could do this either. But tapping out, really the only way to survive this without a concussion or worse. Submitting to my opponent really isn't my thing. Hasn't been for a while. Used to get told off for giving up too early. I don't want to disappoint Bucky like that. But he's the one suggesting it. God, this sucks. All the while the attendant has been listing off the rules for the fight. Same as it ever is. We get to the bottom and I deposit myself into the empty arena. The lights come up and... It's like deja vu at this point. I wait behind the line for Bruce to step out. I learned from watching the other guys' fights these last few weeks that the commentators are doing some sort of preamble right now for the broadcast viewers. It's all being live streamed in real time, so I just wait around until the show starts. Sure enough, the doors on the opposite open, and Bruce steps out and moves towards his line. He's got that same cocky grin as always. Well, back for round 2, little man. Well, maybe second half of round 1. You barely lasted long enough to call that last fight a full round. He glares while waiting for a reaction. I just stare back. Not too chatty today, huh? No fun little quips or scared explanations? Nothing? A short pause before he realizes I'm not saying anything. Then he steps to the center of the ring, taking a boxer's stance. All right, then. Come on, Xander. He spoke under his breath, just loud enough for me to hear it. Your fans are waiting. Deep breath in and out. My guard comes up as well. That seems to elicit a smile from Bruce. I cross the line into the ring and the buzz that goes off. Bruce watches me approach, his body unmoving, but as I get close, he moves in. I step back immediately on the defensive. He laughs. You're so scared of me! That's adorable! What's the matter, kid? Thought you were training hard. You don't gotta be scared of big bad Bruce. They'll end you nice and quick. He steps out on that last word, his massive fist firing forward. I lean to the side, evading the blow. His rear fist aims for my face, only to whip completely as I sway to the opposite side. Duck down this low, this close to his unprotected body. I fire a few shots before circling around him, backing up to create some distance. Didn't seem to have an effect. Bruce is unfazed as he follows me into the center of the arena. Not bad, kid. Why don't you come a little closer? Having trouble hitting me? Not in a million years. His face sort of tightens up at that. He carries himself confidently, so I need to make him vulnerable. Get his guard down. It's a dangerous game, but if I can bait out that anger, I can get him where I need him. He reaches out for me. I parry at his wrist, making sure to keep my limbs outside of his grab range. With his arms outstretched, I duck down, peppering that body with more blows before I circle out once again. I'm lucky this arena is so wide. Even with a beast like Bruce, I got space to move freely. I can even step over the line as long as I get back in quickly. You just can't sit still, can you? You can't hit me, though. He scowls. All right, smartass, you want to bet? I don't waste time to respond. He's already moving in as he speaks. My fists thump against his body uselessly. I can tell he's getting slightly more pissed, though, as I immediately back out of the position. His desperate grab comes down, reaching for my frame only to hit the space I once occupied. Jumpy kid! Bruce stomps forward, throwing a single fist for my head, only to have it meet thin air. If he can't hit me, I can't go down. I take a step back. Bruce takes a step forward. His rear fist pistons forward at breakneck speed. I blink, barely able to react by leaning my head back. The gloved fist misses, narrowly coming up short to my snout by a few centimeters. Powerful gust of wind whips against my face. I step back. Bruce fronts, twisting his torso to one side. His leg starts to lift for a kick. Now's my chance. With my back to the line of the ring, Bruce probably figures he can corner me and keep me out of the space. He's trying to send a front kick to force me out. Foot explodes forward, but I'm already moving in before it reaches its peak. I pivot to my left, getting around the Bruce's side. Force my torso against his abs with as much weight as I can muster. Tried to knock him off balance. Seems successful. The dinosaur now needing to lean forward on his outstretched leg to stay standing. Bruce leaning forward, almost bent over. I leap onto his backside. My arms tangle around his neck and immediately start tightening. I hear him choke, his arms reaching for mine to contest the hold. I constrict even further, gritting my teeth as my biceps dig into his throat. This forces another cough from Bruce. His throat vibrates with a growl. My arm pulls in forcefully, holding that choke as hard as I am able. Bruce's fingers can't wedge their way between my arm and his neck. If he can't get a grip on my arm, there's no escape. He coughs out a bit of a chuckle, walking around with me on his back now. My hand moves to my elbow, which quickly drops down to his shoulders. Can't afford to give him an ounce of leeway. His coughs are getting desperate now. His breath slowed in an effort to conserve oxygen. The beat pauses, freezing in place in the center of the ring. I'm praying for the tap out. Bruce starts to lean backwards. Can't just release the hold I risked so much for. The beast is definitely falling now, fast, with me in the perfect place to cushion his fall. I just have to hope I can withstand the fall. We land with a nasty crash, my head getting whiplash, rocking into the hard cement floor. I cry out, desperately clinging on to Bruce. And when my shoulders pressed into the floor, I felt my hold loosen, granting Bruce enough space to squeeze his grip underneath. He pulls my arm away effortlessly, taking in a heavy breath and growling it out. Ha! Love the stunts, kid! You alive back there? I don't bother responding. I think my head is bleeding from the impact. I can't check now. All I can try to do is pull my hold tighter, fighting uselessly against Bruce's grip. He grunts and pulls my arms to either side, rolling over on top of me. Our eyes meet again. He's breathing heavy, blowing hot air out of his snout. His body is heavy. Through that breath, he's showing off a toothy grit. Grip on my arms tightens, forcing the bones to strain. No! What are we gonna do with these? He shakes my arm a little bit. The grip loosens and I swing at his jaw, only for Bruce to force my forearm down against his neck. Ah, still awake, huh? Can't risk you trying something cute. Let's rip him off! His form rises a bit, one hand keeping my arm pressed into my throat. He takes my left wrist as he crawls over to that side. Bruce turns perpendicular to my body, straightening my arm out against his abs. Both of his tree trunk legs drop onto me, forcing another gruff choke out of me. Say goodbye! With a firm pull of my arm, pain shoots out straight down my wrist into my shoulder, spinning my elbow backwards, pulling my arm hard enough to dislocate. Or worse, the crowd in agony trying to lift his legs off my chest. Careful, Run! He knocks his ankles, essentially sealing his armbar position to leverage more pain into me. Joints are bending, muscles are pulling, far worse than anything I've experienced. My grunts and growls turn into desperate cries. He's going to break it. He's going to break my arm again. I'll have to start over again and again. he doesn't stop, I'll lose all the progress I made. I have no choice. My free arm reaches up, tapping against Bruce's ankles 3 times. A tap out, a submission, and admission of defeat. The instant he feels those taps, he loosens and the pain stops, but the hold doesn't release. He growls. What's that, kid? Do it again! His grip tightens, but he doesn't pull the arm. Still, the pain is definitely raw, so I start tapping again, growling as he taunts me. Second set of taps, Bruce releases entirely, throwing my damaged arm over my sweaty, exhausted body. There we go. Bruce rises, pushing up off the ground to get to his feet, both arms raised in celebration. He's posing for the cameras, yelling and cheering about his victory for the crowd. I lean back, closing my eyes and rubbing my shoulder. I don't think it's broken, but it definitely hurts. God, it sucks. But at least I'm alive. Bruce is pacing. I can feel his footsteps wander aimlessly around me as I rest. They're getting closer. A heavy weight drops onto my chest. Something breaks. I think. I don't know. It hurts to breathe. My eyes shoot open, looking up at the man towering over me. Bruce is staring down, eyes wide, frozen in place. His cocky grin is gone, replaced with a lost expression. His foot lifts off my body, now moving to stomp down next to me. My ribs. You. What the I try to raise my voice, hoping to sit up, only for the indescribable pain to pulse from the center of my body. My body collapses, sucking in heavy, wheezy breaths. Bruce straightens up, closing his eyes and moving over towards his elevator. I'm in too much pain to try to call out. The door is open behind me, and I can hear a few people make their way toward me. Easy, Alex. Rage. Just relax. Try not to take any deep breaths. I bite my tongue for my own sake, and close my eyes. It was either exhaustion or shock that carried me to sleep. I don't know which is better. The sleep didn't last long, though. Alex, good to see you. I sip in air, glaring at the feline walking into my room. It's hard to get a full breath without... A sting, pain strings up from my torso. That'll teach me to try and take a deep breath. Drayden looks uncomfortable with a half smile. Oh, wow. Okay. Message received. Alex. Ribs. He straightens up, moving to my bedside immediately. What happened? He broke my fucking ribs. Doc, what else do you want? Another stabbing pain down my side. I grit my teeth and lay back, growling. Okay, lay back and try to relax. Drayden moves swiftly to the other side of the room, throwing open a cupboard on the wall, rummaging around. He returns to my bedside holding 2 pills. He pauses, looking around frantically. Oh, shit. Hang on. What? Water for the pills. I'll just fucking take them dry. I'm about to scream. Drayden drops the pills into my hand, and I nearly toss them into my mouth. They're a little big, but I managed to choke them down. By the time they go in, Drayden returns with a little paper cup of water. I guzzle that down too, crumpling the cup and laying against my back against the pillow. He grabs a clipboard at the end of my bed and flips through it. Yeesh, no kidding. What? We're gonna need a chest x-ray. Maybe a CAT scan too. I don't know if that was his way of trying to make some stupid joke about him being a cat, or I just grunt and close my eyes. So it probably hurts to breathe? Obviously. But I don't want you to try holding your breath or anything, okay? It sucks, I know. Those pain meds should start kicking in soon. It won't be perfect, but you'll feel a lot better. For now, I need you to keep breathing. Just take it slowly. And don't worry about moving around until the pills are in. Can't you hook me up to the IV or whatever? Like, you did last time? He shakes his head. We need to assess what's wrong before we can treat it. But for the time being, just lay back and breathe. It sucks. I don't want to lay back and wait. I want to fight. I want to go back to my room and sleep the shitty night off. I want to breathe without feeling like I'm getting stabbed. I want to, whoa. I can breathe just fine. Drayden smiles. Looks like the meds kicked in. How you feeling? I'm fine. I feel really sleepy. Definitely not from exhaustion, though. Just something else. I can feel a smile creep across my face. Drayden lets out a chuckle. Looks like it. Codeine will do that to a person. Codeine? Jeez, that's for... Yo, that's... Like, I just processed that. That's incredibly strong stuff. Did you even check the dosage? Maybe I should have gotten some last time. He shakes his head, still smiling. I'll be dead in the ground before any of my patients develop a taste for this stuff. Emergencies only. Now, come on. We're going to get you scanned. This will be the second cat I've scanned tonight. Drayden gives me a weird smile. Jokes, huh? I'm learning more about you every day. I'm learning more about you every day. He helps me out of bed onto my feet. It's a little hard to walk, but I managed to follow. Drayden orders pretty well, given my condition. I spent the night in the med bay. Sleep was all right for the most part. By the time I woke up, I was ready to get hooked up to their meds. All right, we'll stop here. Oh, it was a good fight, but it just things didn't go well. But he did better than last time, at least. We'll see you. I'll see you later. Oh, I gotta prepare for Tokyo After School Summoner, so yeah. Catch you later.